All right, friends. Well, if you live in Washington, D.C., if you work in Washington, D.C., you better buckle your balls up. That place is looking incredibly crazy. After January 6th, they put down 15,000 National Guard troops into this area. They put up a new fence. They told everybody to stay the hell out. And they said, hey, this is in response to the most domestic terrorism event of all times in this area. So that's why we've got 15,000 troops here. So they're going, okay. I get that as you go out there and try to tell everybody that this was the scariest moment in American history, you better back that up with a little bit of optics and put some troops in there. So they put 15,000 troops in there. Well, now, today's the 13th. Apparently they've been adding thousands and thousands of troops every day. Every state is sending 1,000 National Guard troops into this area. And so now you're looking at last check, there's about 30,000 militarized troops in Washington, D.C. right now, and they all armed with M4s, boys. These people are armed and kitted up. Now, is this an appropriate reaction to what we saw take place on January 6th? What the fuck is going on in this area? Take a look at this. This is over here at Zero Hedge. Let's just do this Tim Pool style. Thousands of National Guard troops briefed on explosives threat in D.C., so they're telling everybody that they found some pipe bombs outside the DNC, they found some pipe bombs outside the RNC on January 6th. Interestingly enough, they couldn't find the people, the individuals that put them there. I mean, they were able to find the 160 individuals that were able to get inside the Capitol building. They found those dudes immediately. If you put your feet up on Nancy Pelosi's desk, they found you. If you took a Cleveland steamer on Adam Schiff's desk, they DNA matched you and they got your ass. But if you placed pipe bombs outside the RNC or the DNC, those people slipped through the grip, everybody. Somehow they were able to tiptoe and get around all of the cameras of Washington, D.C. I gotta have a feeling that Washington, D.C. probably has more cameras per square inch than Las Vegas, but those dastardly MAGA people were able to dip, dodge, dive, and duck over all of those cameras and place those bombs. Come on, bitch. Is anybody buying this? Is anybody buying this at face value? What the fuck is going on in Washington, D.C.? And again, this channel's not about selling hopium at this point. This world's too crazy. Things are too inflamed. I'm not saying that Donald Trump is going to be arresting people on inauguration. I ain't saying anything because I don't know. I'm a dipshit in a toy room right now, and I'm just looking at what we know for a fact right now. What we know for a fact right now is that there are almost 30,000 armed up, kitted up troops in Washington, D.C. right now. And is this an appropriate response to what you saw on January 6th? Again, look at those videos of January 6th. You've got most of the MAGA people who got inside the building. They were staying within the velvet ropes. They clearly were not there to overthrow this government. Sure, you had a handful of people with zip ties, but go back and go through any of the places where conservatives hang out, any of the message boards or any of the Facebook groups, and find where the hell was anybody talking about going into the Capitol on January 6th and arresting and detaining the senators and the representatives. I never saw a fucking thing about that. As far as I was concerned, we were all encouraged to go down there, and my thought was Donald Trump was going to put up some big old, I don't know, like television screens and show everybody the steal. Just show it out front for everyone to see. He was going to drop massive receipts. I thought he was going to display in front of everybody, since he couldn't get it onto the mainstream media press, the actual receipts of this thing being stolen. But no, nobody was going down there to burn the place down. We have been chastising you lefty lunatics burning down our country. We ain't gonna go burn down our own Capitol. Most of the people who got inside the Capitol were like, oh shit, we got inside. That's great. They didn't know what to do. Guys, they were cleaning up the Capitol towards the end of the night. Our side was in there cleaning up the broken glass, cleaning up the mess, and the only people who were breaking windows, the only people who were kicking doors down, and the only people who were trying to set shit on fire were dudes in skinny jeans. Work that shit out, because that doesn't sound right to me. No self-respecting MAGA person's wearing skinny jeans. Anyway, take a look at some of these images. This is what Washington, D.C. looks like right now. Look at that. There you go. The most beloved president of all time. The dude who was able to generate 80 million totally legitimate for serial votes, my friends, is getting inaugurated like this? Is this making sense to anybody? Look at this. You got big old cinder blocks all over the place, road blocks. You got some wrought iron over here, and you've just got... There are more troops in Washington, D.C. than all of the troops that we have staged in the Middle East right now. This looks like a fucking militarized zone. Because it is. Look at this. Look at the weaponry that they have here. There's some M4 carbines. What the fuck are you going to need riot? You don't need riot shields when you got M4 carbines. Look at this. They're setting up all types of stuff on the infrastructure. They have shut down all the roadways. Everything is blocked off. You can't drive in this area. Now, funny enough, BLM's still allowed to go down there. BLM right now, today, were outside this area. They were screaming at the guy, where the fuck are you at? They were rioting. Well, I shouldn't say they were rioting. Let's be very precise with our language these days. They were getting up in the face and screaming at cops. Now, if you buy Wu Flu, that is biohazard terrorism because they're not maintaining their 6 feet and they're screaming their biofuel in other people's faces. Could get them killed with that woof. But anyway, even though I was told by the mainstream media press that if Black Lives Matter went into Washington, D.C. and started screaming at cops, cops would kill them. Okay, well, Black Lives Matter is in Washington, D.C. while it's under militarized operations right now during a state of emergency, and they're yelling and screaming at cops. You can't make this shit up. Okay, nobody got arrested. Nothing happened to those people. Nothing happened to BLM. Can get away. BLM burned 7% of this country down, killed 30 fucking black people, destroyed billions of dollars worth of taxable revenue, destroyed billions of dollars worth of businesses, and they still, every corporation flocks and bends the knee to them. We go here and essentially throw a party. And I'm not condoning the people who are trying to burn I'm absolutely convinced the people who are trying to burn the place down. We're Antifa. The rest of our dudes were trying to stop those idiots from burning that place down. Every single one of those guys has now a terrorism charge. They can't fly. Two-tiered justice system, my friends. But here you go. Here's some more craziness. This is Jack Posobiec. Look at all of this stuff that they were able to get up and put down there very quick. Look at this. Look at how they're blocking off the roads. Guys, none of this makes any sense when you compare it to the footage of January 6th. So, what are you guys thinking? What is, you're spending $1 billion worth of taxpayer money over here to protect this Joseph Biden. Over what? Donald Trump is clearly not telling anybody to go down to the inauguration. Donald Trump is telling everybody, stay the fuck away from the inauguration. Don't go down there on the 17th. I don't even know why they keep saying the 17th. Don't go down there on the 20th. Don't do anything fucking stupid. They want you to go down there. They're using you. They're trying to frame you up. They want you. They want the optics of MAGA people shooting people so they can take our guns. That's clearly what's going on in this situation. So he's telling people not to go this direction. The only person in this country that can generate any enthusiasm and momentum and grassroots support is telling everybody stay the fuck away. And the way that the deep state, the way that Washington is reacting is like, we'll bring every military piece of equipment that we have into Washington, D.C. Even if you had this over here, what is the frame of reference for bringing this type of equipment down here? I don't know what's coming. This is insane. They seem awfully scared, awfully panicked. Look at all of these dudes in here. This is an extra, 3,000? On top, so they had 15,000, they brought in 3,000, they're just sleeping on the floor. They're so ill-prepared for this. They're so ill-prepared. They say, hey, how many troops do you got? 3,000, just send them. All right, but do you have any cots? Do you have any mattresses? Do you have anything? Not a fucking thing. They can sleep on the marble. Fuck them. Holy hell. Just get them down here right meow. Just more and more guards. Here you go. They're getting all their shields and their carbines here. They're sleeping. This is insane. Okay, look at how they're walking into this place. Look at this. This looks like a militarized coup. This is, again, the mainstream media press is telling everybody that this is how the most popular president ever, of all times, is going to be inaugurated amongst 30,000 armed troops. Again, if you're in Washington, if you live in Washington, D.C., if you work in Washington, D.C., this might be a hell of a time to take vacation. If you got vacation, I don't know, knock your girlfriend up, knock your wife up and say, shit, take a paternity leave. This might not be the best place. This place looks highly unstable. I don't know what the fuck they're preparing for, but this place looks like it could go up in flames. They are preparing. There are less troops in Normandy for compared to what is going on over here. So I don't know. Take that for what it's worth. I have no idea what's going down, but this looks like they know something that we don't know. These people setting all this up are privy to information that they ain't given to plebs, and they're telling everything's fine, everybody, everything's fine. Bring in 30,000 more armed troops. That's sending off alarm bells in my head. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching the video. Support the channel. Stay safe if you're out there, and make way, because the salt must flow.